I'm sorry. That was acting. That's what that was. I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over. I'd be thrilled to see that. I can't imagine. I mean,
It was the news Bella Ramsey never thought she'd hear. After 2 seasons of portraying Ellie in The Last of Us, Bella woke up one morning to discover that she had been quietly replaced. No warning, no final meeting, just a swift, brutal decision made behind closed doors. And the man responsible, none other than The Last of Us co-creator Neil Druckmann himself. The entertainment world was stunned. Rumors had been swirling for months, but few expected HBO and Druckmann to actually go through with it. Yet, there it was. A new casting announcement for Ellie in season 3, and the name Bella Ramsey was nowhere in sight.
Joel, I think I found something.
Whoa!
What?
Oh, nothing. It's just, your forehead seems bigger than last season.
The Last of Us Season 2 is out. Episode 4 is the latest, and it is bombing.
We made a deal to tell this story, and we're telling this story.
The Last of Us was plagued by complaints of bad casting.
Like most people, I liked the first season. I thought they did a great job. Season 2, I was skeptical on them not recasting Ellie and keeping Bella Ramsey as Ellie because it's supposed to take place 5 years into the future, but obviously Bella Ramsey in real life was not going to age that much in, the 2 years it took between seasons. So in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same.
What followed next was nothing short of a behind-the-scenes meltdown. According to several industry insiders, Bella didn't just take the news badly, she erupted. She allegedly fired off heated messages to the producers, demanded an emergency phone call with Neil Druckmann, and even tried to rally her team to reverse the decision. But it was too late. The show was already moving forward without her. So what happened? How did the face of HBO's most anticipated video game adaptation end up being removed from the very role that launched her to mainstream fame? Let's rewind the clock and break it all down. At the beginning of The Last of Us journey, Bella Ramsey was hailed as a bold choice to play Ellie. While many fans questioned the casting, HBO stood behind her. The first season received praise for its faithfulness to the source material, and while there was already division in the fan base over Bella's performance, the overall success of the show kept critics at bay. But then came season 2, and that's when things took a turn. Instead of leaning into the gritty, emotionally raw storytelling that defined the original game, the second season started to veer off course. Plot lines were expanded in strange directions, dialogue felt unnatural, and Ellie's portrayal began to drift from the character fans had come to love. A significant number of viewers blame this change on Bella Ramsey herself. From press interviews to podcast appearances, Bella became increasingly vocal about wanting to redefine Ellie. She talked openly about how she wanted Ellie to feel more modern, more flexible, and more representative. While some applauded the effort, a majority of the fan base felt betrayed. They didn't want a new Ellie, they wanted the Ellie. The backlash was intense. Social media threads exploded with criticism. YouTube creators who once praised the series began making videos titled, "What Happened to Ellie?" and "Bella Ramsey Ruined The Last of Us." Hashtags like #NotMyEllie and #Recast. Ellie started trending, and the numbers didn't lie. Ratings slipped, fan engagement dropped, and even HBO insiders started raising eyebrows. By the end of season 2, the writing was on the wall. Bella Ramsey's version of Ellie had become a liability, not an asset.
Show is finally speaking out about its failure. The Last of Us creator Craig Mazin admits season 2 was a finale, drew over 50% less than the finale of season 1. You lost.
Yes, maybe we can prop it open with something and you can slide.
Whoa! Oh my god, what?
Is it getting bigger?
Stop it.
No, seriously, what's with that?
It's fine, Joel.
Does it hurt?
Joel, please. You're making me self-conscious.
I'm sorry, it's just a little bit startling.
It's a normal head, Joel. Can we just get back to the door thing?
It's planetary.
Leave it.
It's gonna have its own area code soon.
Up your impression at all, or is it pretty much the same?
Well, then the noise is the same. I've not got any more noises in my back. The new infected are pretty terrifying. They're so smart, and they haven't really got a noise. That's the whole point of them. They're silent and terrifying.
Ooh, give us a little silent and terrifying.
Ellie! Help!
Oh my goodness, Joel! What do I do?
Jesus!
Joel, focus!
Again?
Joel!
Okay, I guess just use your telekinesis?
I don't have telekinesis, Joel!
I don't believe you! Look at the size of that thing! Just try, Ellie, please! Clown cranium! Yeah!
Behind the scenes, sources say Neil Druckmann had already begun to reconsider the direction of season 3. He understood the importance of fan trust, and for a franchise built on deep emotional storytelling, audience connection mattered more than ever. Reports suggest that HBO and Druckmann quietly began holding casting sessions for a new Ellie. Someone who could bring the character back to her roots. Someone who could reconnect with the fans. And when they found her, the decision was made swiftly and silently. Bella Ramsey was out. When Bella learned she'd been replaced, it wasn't through a formal announcement or a respectful meeting. Instead, she reportedly found out through a viral news post that broke the internet. In one moment, she went from starring in a hit HBO series to being erased from its future. Her reaction was immediate.
For some reason, they made the decision for The Last of Us Season 2 to make Ellie dumb, to the point where she even says that she's stupid. Why?
We had to not like each other for a bit.
You had to not like me, which
True.
came easy.
According to crew members who remained anonymous, Bella showed up to a closed-door meeting visibly shaken and furious. She demanded answers. She blamed the producers for not standing by her. She even accused Neil Druckmann of caving to online bullies instead of staying loyal to his original casting decision. Druckmann, for his part, reportedly stayed calm and firm. He explained that the direction of the show required a fresh approach and that the decision was made based on fan feedback and creative integrity. Not personal betrayal, but Bella wasn't buying it. Sources say she stormed out of the meeting, slamming the door behind her. And just like that, Bella Ramsey's era as Ellie came to an unceremonious end. But while Bella was dealing with her personal fallout, fans were reacting very differently. The announcement of a new actress stepping into the role of Ellie was met with excitement. Online forums were flooded with comments like, "Finally, and this is what season 3 needed." Fan art of the new Ellie started popping up everywhere. The community that once turned its back on the series now saw hope for its redemption. And as Bella watched the internet move on without her, reality started to sink in. She tried to save face with a vague social media post thanking everyone who supported my journey as Ellie, but the message felt hollow. The comment section was a battlefield, half praising the recast, half blaming Bella for not living up to the role. The balance had shifted, the sympathy was gone, but it wasn't just about the role. Bella's influence behind the scenes had rubbed many the wrong way. Crew members described her as someone who constantly pushed back on script notes, wanted control over character direction, and often clashed with writers over scenes she didn't agree with. One insider said it got to a point where Bella wasn't just playing Ellie, she was trying to rewrite her. And that's what ultimately led to the recast. Fans didn't want a political statement. They wanted The Last of Us. They wanted the gritty, heart-wrenching, emotionally driven journey that defined the games. And with each episode that strayed further from that vision, the backlash grew louder. Bella thought she was innovating, but to the audience, it felt like she was hijacking the story. Now, as production on season 3 begins with a brand new face taking on the role of Ellie, Bella Ramsey has been left behind. Her calls to HBO have reportedly gone unanswered. Her name was quietly removed from upcoming press tours. And Neil Druckmann, once her biggest supporter, has moved on. It's a harsh end to a once promising chapter. But for fans, it's a fresh start. They're ready to see The Last of Us return to its roots. They're ready for a version of Ellie that captures the spirit of the original. They're ready for a season that respects the story, not rewrites it. And as for Bella Ramsey, she may still have a career ahead of her, but in the world of The Last of Us, her time is over. As the cameras rolled for early production of season 3, industry observers noticed something else. The energy on set had completely shifted. One producer even admitted anonymously, "It's like a weight's been lifted." People aren't walking on eggshells anymore. The creative team was able to focus on storytelling again, without the constant second guessing that came from appeasing Bella's every demand. Meanwhile, Bella, still stunned by her removal, reportedly tried reaching out to former castmates for support. But the responses were lukewarm at best. No one wanted to get caught in the crossfire between her and Druckmann. She was now on the outside looking in, watching a show she once led rebuild without her. And as fans rallied around the new Ellie, Bella faced the reality that her version of the character had never truly connected the way she believed it had. Her chapter in the Last of Us saga had officially closed. But the show, it was just getting started again.